Okay, so we are here at one of the beach access points here in South Inlet Park. So have a look around. It's interesting being here at this time of day because typically I'm here when there's surf. So from this vantage point, I can typically hear the waves, and I have a lot of anxiety building. Everybody around me is prepping and getting their boards ready. But usually that emotion ends in elation at the end of the day after several hours of surfing. So we're gonna traverse here through the park. And so this would be similar, or I guess a good use case would be like, let's say an instructor of environmental science would be going through a park, showing students kind of the, I guess this would be topography, but I guess not really, but just giving students kind of sights and sounds of a green space, if you will. And again, the students would be able to look around to their right, to their left, up and down, and really take in the sights and the sounds. We are coming up on a beach path, and this is the only lifeguard tower here at South Inlet Park. Again, I'm keeping my head straight, but if you look off to your right, you'll be able to see the beach and the jetty. Don't worry, there'll be more of the jetty soon to come. And so now we are walking through a little park area. It's very conducive for family gatherings, things of that nature. They have several pavilions here. By each of the pavilions, they have a small grill so that visitors can cook and really enjoy the green space. Again, we're gonna walk through. I'm pretty sure I'm getting some strange looks with this contraption on my head, but you know, the things we do to test new technology. All right, so now we are gonna go through this park area, and there's a pavilion where a lot of people have wedding receptions and things of that nature that you have to schedule or book with the city of Deerfield Beach in advance. But these pavilions, I believe, are first come, first serve. All right. And so here's a small beach access before you get on to the boardwalk to go to the pavilion, although typically I just walk through the pavilion to go to the beach, because that's where I typically will hitch my bike or lock my bike. All right, and so we're going back down the boardwalk. Again, if this were an instructor guiding students, he or she could point out different classifications of flora, things of that nature. And it's just really a great, just great enrichment for a student for a tour such as this, with the sights and the sunlight peeking through the treetops. Okay, so now we're going to the north end of the parking lot. I'm going to take you through another little short off the beaten path area, and then we're going to be out on a little green space where a lot of people picnic, sunbathe, do yoga. It's a great spot. And again, we're just slowly walking. Hopefully there's not too much camera shake. All right. And so this would be something like, let's say we didn't have this green space. You could be deep inside of kind of a natural area to really give students a first-person vantage point, if you will. Okay, we are coming out onto the green space here. It's a small green space. Again, a lot of people, they come out here and sunbathe and do yoga and relax. A lot of fishing. I'll walk out into the area and stand still so you can do your own panorama. And again, straight ahead is the bridge leading into Boca Raton. And so again, pan around, have a look around. Again, this is the Intercoastal, or the Deerfield Beach Boca Inlet. Just beautiful. Okay. And so now we're gonna walk out onto the jetty so you can have a panorama of the entire Inlet Park. And again, I've traversed this area. This is also on my walking route. So I walk from Deerfield through the Deerfield Beach Millionaires Row, come out on that same Camino Real, walk down, walk over to the park, walk out on the beach, and then walk all the way to, or back to Deerfield Beach. Although most of my experience walking this particular beach access is when I realized I could take my bike out onto the beach and chain it to one of the signs that are here for visitors, warning of dangers and risks on the jetty. As you can see, there's a lot of people out on the jetty, fishing and sightseeing. And so we're gonna walk out onto the jetty, let you look out east, and then we'll turn back and let you look out and about west. See how this gentleman rode his bike out to the beach, like right onto the beach? I would do the same, but I would chain my bike to this sign here because I would be in the water for several hours surfing. And again, just a nice jaunt out here onto the jetty. You can look to your left, you can see the boats coming into the inlet. Ahead of us on the left, there's a jet ski exiting the inlet. And we're just gonna walk out here onto the jetty. The wind's picking up. So hopefully the windscreen is doing its job. And one thing of note, if you do come here, you have to be very careful. And I say this, and I don't follow this advice because typically I'm out here barefoot, like getting off of the jetty if the paddle out's a little too difficult. But you have to be careful being barefoot on the jetty because since it's a fishing jetty, a lot of individuals will throw their tackle on the ground, so you could very well step on hooks and things of that nature if you're not smart. All right, so we're gonna go just shy of where these two gentlemen are up here because I don't want to be in the way of anybody on their backside casting. Don't want them to inadvertently hook the camera. And you see to your left, there's a guy on the jet ski going back out. And so I'm just gonna stand here. We are facing east, but you can pan to your left and then pan to your right. And if you're looking right, you see the Deerfield Beach Pier, and then beyond that you will see the lighthouse for Lighthouse Point. All right, so I'm going to slowly turn here when this boat passes. All right, and so now we are looking back west at South Inlet Park Beach from the jetty. Again, to your right is the Intercoastal. To your left, all the way out towards the horizon, would be the Deerfield Beach Pier, and you can barely make it out, but the lighthouse there in Lighthouse Point. All right, so we are going to head back. I'm just checking my record and the battery. I'll probably have to change the battery when I get back. Filming in 8K really increases the camera temperature, and I was doing a test record the other day and did the entire tour and realized the camera battery had died. So today I'm prepared. I have my extra battery. So depending on the battery indicator, I will probably be changing out the battery for this last return tour back to Sullivan Park. And again, as I'm talking, please feel free to look around, take in the sights and the sounds. And I will talk to you when we get back to the off the beaten path portion of the park before we get back on the bike and continue onwards with the virtual tour. Again, there's the pavilion. There's a party going on there. Have some jet skis taxiing through the Intercoastal here on the right. You probably hear that music. Beautiful day, just beautiful. I was really worried yesterday. Yesterday, like I said, I recorded and saw that the camera or the mic wire was in the stitch line, and I was so worried about rain because we're in the rainy season rather. Tomorrow is forecast for rain all day, rain all next week. So I'm really glad I waited until later today to kind of come out and get this vantage point from you, or for you, sorry. All right, so we're walking back through the little off the beaten path portion of South Inlet Park. Another thing of note, this is a banana spider haven. So if you're an arachnophobe, be careful in the park, because there are banana spiders everywhere. You may not see them. Actually, we're coming up on a web right here. I'm gonna stop. If you look just above in the sky portion here, above the condominium across the street, you might see a spider there. All right, so we're gonna continue onward. In between this canopy just ahead, there's two spiders up there, very large web. Probably can't see it from the vantage point. I'm on a very wide shot. But spiders aside, arachnophobes and everybody else, you are strongly encouraged to come and visit South Inlet Park. here on the north end of Deerfield Beach Island. Please exercise good judgment. Get here very early because parking is at a premium. All right, so we are going to get back on the bike and head back into Deerfield Beach, where we will tour the Deerfield Beach Mile, which is a sidewalk that goes for a mile along the beach, and then we'll double back around and check out the Deerfield Beach Strip.